Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Tim Thompson.
Hey!
Hey, all right.
Hey, everybody. Hi. How are you? Thank you for coming to almostcomedy.com here where we do our Tuesday weekly mic through Zoom until the apocalypse ends. A few things about Zoom, if you're new to it. Please mute your mic if you have any background noise, say the sound of my voice. Thank you. Yeah, so if you're new to Zoom, please don't talk to the actual comics. You can, of course, interact with laughter and clapping, and if they ask a question, maybe answer it. But if there's any noise in the background, say a dog barking or the census worker finally escapes from the basement, please mute mic.
Yeah.
Take care of that. Don't let that guy out. But yeah, it's still kind of crazy out there. I'm starting my new job where I'm the caretaker at this camp that's closed for the season. It seems nice. There was no camp this year because of bats. So yeah, it's been great. Not one dead teenager to clean up. Shucks. But yeah, we're getting into the spooky season. It's Halloween month, and I don't even know if people are trick-or-treating this year. Is anyone celebrating holidays this year? I have no idea what to do. I don't even know if I'm going to decorate this year for Toyota-thon. I don't know what's the point. What the hell is Lobster Fest going to be like this year? I don't know. It's going to be so empty. But that's the way the world is now. It's just crazy. I stay at home a lot. I drink. I don't know. You guys drink? Any savage alcoholics out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll drink to that.
There we go. Cheers. Yeah. Any like savage alcoholics? Like when you're drinking by yourself, you pee in a bowl of Rice Krispies just to have someone to talk back to? Or?
Oh, shit.
No?
Gross.
No, that's the gauge of my family. We keep the bar high. Someone has to lower their speaker a wee bit. Unless you guys hear that, right?
Yeah, someone's got the link up, the live link up.
Oh, okay. Thank God it's not me. Because that means the medicine's not working anymore. That's the problem. I don't know. I'm actually good at drinking. It's the only thing I'm good at. I have trophies for it. Which turns out I like to get drunk and steal trophies. So I'm not sure how I got America's Cup, but God damn it, I will keep it. But we are gonna have some fun tonight. You guys ready for excitement?
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna introduce that disembodied voice you hear. That's Rob Chaffee, or Chiaffi, however you want to call his that nickname. He is our producer, so if anything goes wrong, that's his fault.
My fault.
Right, that's all me.
Okay. Can I make the Friday the 13th noise as sort of a...
Oh, please do.
Is that it?
Is that either that or you're trying to attract cats? I'm not sure.
That was the wrong one?
No, that was it.
That's it.
He goes, kill.
Kill.
There you go. That's why you're so good with the ladies.
S'mores. Okay.
This is fun. I'm so glad this is happening and it's not just me. Because this is always awkward when I'm doing it by myself. But were you ready for fun? Excitement?
Yes.
Humor?
Yeah.
Romance?
Yeah.
We got our first comic coming up to the stage. She performs at clubs all over New York, like Broadway Comedy Club and the Comedy Cellar. Put your hands together for Priya Blunts.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone.
Hi.
Everybody, my name is Priya. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome. My name is Priya. I'm originally from Queens. And something that a lot of people ask me when they first meet me is, so what are you? And just so we can get that out of the way early, I am a Pisces. This is actually my first Zoom open mic in a very, very long time. I was really hoping we would be off the Zooms by now. Which, yeah, like everything is on Zoom now, which is great. But also there's like no good excuse to not go to a Zoom birthday. You just kind of look like a prick because it's like all you have to do is click on this link at 8 p.m. But I'm just too lazy to do that sometimes. Yeah. Another thing about me, I got married this year.
Hey,
Yay!
Thank you. So if my husband starts smoking weed in the background, just please excuse him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and getting married, it was actually the worst. Thankfully, I got married before COVID, but one of the worst things about getting married is that for the months leading up to your wedding, people are just constantly in your face asking you the dumbest questions. Like, are you going to be keeping your dress a surprise from your man? And it's like, girl, he was so removed from this planning process. The whole damn wedding is going to be a surprise. Like, my wedding was actually just a really awesome party I threw with my sister. Yeah. And another thing I definitely hated about getting married was making a registry. Because, like, I'm not Martha Stewart, and I just really didn't understand why I needed, like, any of this stuff.
Mm.
You know, when I was making my registry, I was like, who needs 20 knives? But, you know, now that I'm married, I kind of get it. I'll tell you who needs 20 knives. Somebody who wants 20 different ways to stab their husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome
Yeah.
to marriage.
I'm not going to kill my husband. I'm just going to stab him. You know, like a little love stab. And it's fine. We'll go to the emergency room, and he'll never forget to take out the trash. It'll be great. Another thing that happened to me when I got married was, like, I started developing all these, like, random fears and paranoias. Like, I was actually walking down the street the other day, and I saw, like, a beautiful, well put together 8-year-old girl, and I just wondered, and I just looked at her and said, "Damn! In like 10 years, this little girl's gonna steal my man." Yeah, her and her stupid Barbie backpack. Another another thing that like started bothering me when I got married. You guys ever heard about this phenomenon where somebody, like, waits for their spouse to die and then they just come out as gay? I am actually very paranoid that that will happen to me, and I will be so mad. But I won't be mad because, like, he's gay or anything. I'll be mad because I could have had a gay husband all those years, and all that fun that we could have had together. Like, you know, all those times that he made fun of me for the reality TV that I watch, like, he actually secretly wanted to watch it too. You know?
Right.
And all those times I asked him, "Hey, what do you think of my outfit?" And he said he didn't know, but he did know.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I would definitely haunt him, if that were the case. Yeah, I know I'm being, like, really negative, but being married, it's actually not all that bad. One of my favorite parts about being married actually is buying Plan B with a ring on my finger. And now the pharmacist just, you know, looks at me like a responsible young woman doing some responsible family planning, and not a Monday morning slut. Yep, that's all I got for you guys. I'm Priya
All
Blunt.
right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Priya Blunts, everyone. Keep it going for her.
Yeah.
And thank you for confirming marriage is what turns women into murderers. Not me. Thank God.
Yeah.
It's always scary when you walk in and they're watching the ID channel 7 hours straight with a notepad. That's scary. All right, let's keep it going. Our next comic has dual citizenship between Ohio and also lives part of the time in New Mexico. Her last performance in March, as COVID started shutting everything down, was at the Gilda Laugh Fest. Ladies of Laughter. Ladies and gentlemen, Victoria Day.
Yeah.
Well, I just recently got called to jury duty again. Oh, I'm hearing an echo. Must be the laundromat. Oh. Oh no. Oh. Having a meltdown here, people. Oh. Oh. Is the echo gone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. So I just recently got called to jury duty again. Anybody else called to jury duty before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tried by a jury, Tim? Let me just tell you that being a mother of 9 children, this is like a dream come true.
Oof.
And I think it's best if I tell you up front that I have 9 children because, you know, they can come busting in here any minute with no face mask on. And there could be a Karen in here. And sure enough, she's going to turn me in thinking I'm running illegal daycare. Yeah. So I had a little bit of hard time, as you saw, with the Zooming, you know, trying to get used to it all. And you got the glare, you know, from the laundromat, the wash machines behind me. But I have to tell you, this is actually going better than my Zoom I had this morning with my OBGYN. At least that's what he said he was. You know, like he had a face mask on, you know. And honestly, I really wouldn't recognize him unless he's yelling push at me. Yeah. I'll tell you though, he may never Zoom again after my appointment with him because I thought I was doing a good thing. You know, I went ahead, got undressed, I got into position. So when he Zoomed on, I was ready. I'll tell you women, you don't realize the importance of those stirrups until you find yourself using your laptop screen to steady your shaky ankles. You know what I mean? So my husband and I we're just going on 34 years of marriage. Wow. And we really do have the 9 children on a good day.
Wow.
And we live in a very rural area because when you have 9 children, that's where you belong, you know? I know my place. So a lot of people try to point out that I have enough for a baseball game. You know, I'm not so sure about how much baseball is involved over here, but there's a few I'd like to trade.
Yeah.
And also, too, like my husband's hard at work, and he accuses me of playing games all day, too. So here's a game I like to play with the kids. Go see who can go get Mama her vodka. Now, I'm not promoting drinking while under the influence of parenting.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's just say that sounds way more funnier than go get Mama her essential oil, wouldn't you think? Yeah. So I think I would take this time for isolation and try to memorize my children's names. When my son was 4, he said to me, you know, Mama, you might get our names right if you put little name taggies on us like they do in Sunday school. I don't even know your name, so I didn't even know we had a Pete in the family. Oh, I messed that one up. Go ahead and leave that name tag on because I didn't even know we had a Pete in the family.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe I would use name taggies for myself, you know, so I don't lose my identity on this name tag. And then I also want this name tag to read just in case they call my name at the liquor store for the raffle. Hey, thank you very much. My name is Victoria Day. Have a great one.
Yeah.
Keep it going for Victoria Day.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
25 cents for 7 minutes. That's the best deal I've ever seen. That is ridiculous. Do open mics
I'm
for
so
that.
sorry.
No, that's all right. Don't you dare apologize for those great prices. That's insane. I'm going to have to drive 12 hours to do my laundry there. And drinking in public is not cool.
No.
Don't worry, the camp is closed. All right. Our next comic comes to the stage from Asheville, North Carolina.
Wow.
Let them hear it. Gia Wagner.
Yes, everybody doing? So I am the father of 2 daughters, which is not nearly as exciting as I thought it was going to be when I was younger, dreaming about being surrounded by women. It's not the same. And I mean, so we had 2 cats. One was a male. Even that cat ignored me.
Yeah.
But you know, comedy is made up of bald jokes, racial insensitivity, family dysfunction, what I did when I drank too much, smoked weed, or took this drug. But I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. Full head of hair. I'm white. So what the fuck do I have to complain about?
Yeah.
When I say I'm white, if the lights went out, they'd put me by the door so you could find your way out. If I walked up to somebody and did the fist bump with the explosion, at that moment, it would not be cool. I was a successful rapper for a while. Of course, that involved a table at the mall around Christmas time.
Yeah.
I did get the chance to see a rap video being made. A friend of mine was a promoter. We arrived around 2 a.m. at this empty warehouse. I was dressed, dress shirt, dress pants. Got out of the car. The rapper walks up to my promoter friend, says, "Hey, who's the narc?" How bad of a narc would I have to be to come dressed like this? But I am getting older, and I know I'm getting older by my mail. AARP is sending me crap. And we're not talking typical junk. We're talking full color, glossy, Cialis-like ads. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much. The hearing aid company sends me stuff. So I'm deaf and I can't get it up.
Oh boy.
And senior living sending me stuff. I'm feeble too. And most recently, the crematorium.
Woohoo.
I'm not old enough that I need to wear Depends. I'm just fucking lazy. But things have changed a lot. I mean, when I was younger, I could hear my internet connection. And porn has changed so much. Used to be I had to wait hours to download porn, and it was never worth the wait. Now you've got instant streaming, you got categories, you've got channels, you've got a fucking recommendation list for your porn. But then someone sits down at your computer. You get that tightness in the pit of your stomach, that fear. It's not that they're going to see your porn history, they're going to fuck up your recommendation list. But it is nice because now with Google Voice and Alexa, I'm no longer the only one with a disembodied voice telling me things to do. What's that? Yes, I think that joke should have gotten a bigger laugh. No, I don't think we need to kill them. But hang on, let me ask. Does anybody have an axe I can borrow or a machete?
Yes.
All right, that is my time.
Yeah.
Gia Wagner, keep it going for that filthy honky. I hate your hair. Anyway, I'm just jealous of your Blagojevich looks. All right, we got our next comic coming up here. You've seen him at Dangerfields and Governors on Long Island, out in New York there. Put your hands together for Bruce Lipsky.
Yeah, Bruce.
I am so excited. My wife and I just celebrated our anniversary. 30 years of wedded blisters. And that's because all these years she's been rubbing me the wrong way. And she's got the calluses to prove it. We actually have a very unique marriage. Each year on our anniversary, we don't renew our vows. We enter contract negotiations. I got a review. And last year was tough. My wife said, "Bruce, you're so disorganized. If you worked for me, I would have fired your ass a long time ago." She gave me 3 months probation and took away my fringe benefits. Where's human resources when I need them? This year I'm doing things differently. I'm bringing in a third-party representative. Maybe do some under-the-table negotiations. I wanted to at least once bend over backwards to me. And my wife is always in business mode. She puts everything on an Excel spreadsheet. I wish that she'd excel at spreading and putting out between the sheets. Before I met my wife, I dated many women. I even dated a very famous TV weather person. But the first time we got intimate was like a bad winter forecast. She was expecting 10 to 12, and all she got was 2 to 4. During this pandemic, my wife has been obsessed with buying on Amazon. Packages are arriving all day long. My front porch has just been rezoned as a loading dock. I got packages stacked to the roof. It's like a game of Jenga for giants. And with all the climbing I'm doing from my front porch to the living room to the second floor, I'm like a delivery monkey. Or Amazon primate. We have our own union rep. Yesterday, a Teamster showed up at my house with a folding chair and a racing form tucked under his arm. Said he was here to report on the job. The next thing I know, he's trying to make me a deal I can't refuse. He's saying to avoid packages falling off the porch. Now I pay weekly dues for porch fire protection. And my wife came up to me the other day and said, Bruce, I know your birthday's coming up. I want to get you something online. What do you need? A forklift. And it's hard. The packages keep on arriving. The post office just issued us our own zip code. We're the only family on the block where the delivery trucks have valet parking. And my wife had our driveway roped off and painted with the words reserved for UPS. And I'm really starting to worry now. I think my wife's having an affair with the UPS guy. She goes on and on and on bragging about how big his package is. I know what he's doing for her, but what's Brown doing for me? Now she's into fantasy role play. She has me dress up with work boots, brown shorts, and a clipboard. And he makes me sign anytime I want to get some. This is making my whole family life miserable. The only smiles in my house now are the ones in the boxes. Back to you, Tim. Thank you very much.
Yeah, all right.
Bruce Lipsky, delivering the jokes. Thank you, Bruce. All right. The next comedian has performed all over the country at many comedy festivals, including the World Series of Comedy and the Burbank Comedy Festival. Please give it up for Joel Brill.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been dealing with some health issues, and so my doctor told me I needed to lower my sodium intake. I'm taking his advice with a grain of salt. I mean, have you ever tried to make a margarita with Mrs. Dash? Tim, you were talking about, being I don't drink alcohol. An aversion to alcohol at a very young age. I spent 9 months totally consumed in vodka, and then my mother gave birth to me. So I was at the gym this morning, and the guys that work at my gym are real jerks. I was on the exercise bike for an hour and a half, and the gym manager comes over with an attitude and goes, "Sir, if you're not going to pedal," then the jerk took one of my donuts. My wife, who I lovingly refer to as my little dream killer, wanted me to see a therapist, and she said, "You're always acting angry." I said, "I'm not acting." I go to the therapist. I think she used to work for the airlines because she charges me extra for all my baggage. I was in a session with her, and about halfway through, she's like, oh God, she's really frustrated. She goes, "Let's try something different. Let's play a fantasy game. If you could do it over, would you marry your wife again?" I said, "No." She said, "What if that meant you wouldn't have the same kids you have today?" And I was like, oh, this game just keeps getting better and better. And I'll share a little known fact with you. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a classically trained pianist. When he was a kid, the teacher was having a recital for them, and she goes, "I want you to dress up as your favorite composer." So one little boy said, "I want to be Mozart." And a little girl is like, "I want to be Chopin." And Arnold stands up and goes, "I'll be Bach." And so it began. I'm Joel Brill. Thank you all very much.
Joel Brill, everyone. Keep it going for him with the most accurate T-shirt of the day.
Yeah.
All right. What's to say about our next comedian? She's returning after 22 years of Raising Cain. From
Yeah.
Long Beach, New York, Donna Moran.
Donna!
Oh my God, what are we in 8 months now of this COVID? I
Yeah.
tell you, I live with animals, and I talk to them because they're like my little family. Well, I finally broke down and had a guy over for dinner. He came to the front door, he wiped his feet, and I said, "He's a good boy. He's a good boy. What a treat." I mean, I made him beg for his dinner. So I took out the collar and the leash. I mean, we went to bed, and all he did was hump my leg all night. We're going out on Saturday. But anyway, so I have my cats who I adore, and they're like, you know you're in trouble, okay? When you're doing less than your cats. And the fact is, a cat will sleep 16 to 18 hours a day. I mean, my cats are starting to criticize me. They're like, I can't even finish a jigsaw puzzle. They finished an extension on the litter box. The only extension I've been working on is my middle, like everyone else, the COVID-15. But they hacked my Amazon account and ordered me a freaking Peloton. I'm like, and they're like, they're just disgusted my behavior. They're like, look at you, you should be ashamed of yourself. How dare you? You're a lazy cow. Hey, don't forget to sign for that truckload of catnip in the driveway. Anyway. But there's an organization out called PETA. I don't know if anyone's heard this, but they've come out now and they're telling us not to call our cats and dogs pets because it's degrading. We should now call them animal companions. I'm sorry. I don't know about you, but that's what I called each and every one of my ex-boyfriends. I think Fluffy deserves better. But anyway, so my last social event in this world before COVID was a 5-year-old birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese. Nothing says children's party quite like a chunk of cheddar and a 10-foot rat. This kid was amazing, though. You know what she got? She got a Judge Barbie, an RBG Barbie doll. I mean, the role models for little girls have changed tremendously, and I think it's fantastic. You know what I got growing up? I got an I Dream a Genie doll, a half-naked slave to her master. Yeah, that's what I wanted to be. A woman who lived in a bottle, just like me. Yeah. Well, it used to be Bewitched, but I couldn't handle the cocaine. So, but anyway, I just have to say I'm really glad to be here. I had trouble getting on, and I had my daughter trying to help me, and she gets so frustrated. I don't know what it is with these kids that were born with the computer in their hand. She's like, "Mom, do you just do this and this?" Oh, God, what? I said, "Screw you. I taught you how to use a fork." But anyway, back to you, Tim. Thank you.
Donna Moran, thank you for that. Those kids born with computers. It's very uncomfortable for the mothers. All right, our next comic coming from Richmond, California. Put your hands together for Corday Snell.
Yeah.
I don't think he's here.
Okay, Corday, good job.
All right, okay, very funny, very funny.
Short and sweet. Good. All right, we're going to keep it moving. We got our next comic. You've seen him at the Comedy Zone in Charlotte. Put your hands together for Bo Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Man, okay, so let's get the obvious out of the way. I know I look like I'm an alcoholic, but it's a whole lot worse than that. And my job comes with a 3-drink minimum hourly. So, yeah. If you ever hear of a teacher that doesn't drink, don't trust them, The biggest reason we drink are those sick crybaby freaks that we deal with all day. When y'all went to school, you knew them as principals. So, yeah. Yeah, one of my last principals, man, every time he walked by, it smelled like biscuits. And so we called him Pillsbury. And then for the last day of school, I brought him a cupcake, and he got mad at me. And so I did what TV taught me to do, and I poked him in the stomach. I have a new job now. Yeah. My current principal, she wears all these like really big high heels and stuff, which just makes it easier to kiss her ass. You could tell the quality of education is like going down by the questions that are asked by students, and I teach high school students, and I feel sorry for the world when they go out, because I had one student who you could tell we don't teach geography anymore because we're looking at this map of the United States, and he said, well, KY, does that stand for Kentucky? Then a girl looked over and said, we're not talking jelly. And then from there you could tell we don't teach sex ed either. The boys didn't get it. Girls are laughing their ass off. So was I. We don't do much for earth science and weather either, because I had a girl right before a hurricane ask me if it was possible that Hurricane Flo was picking up sharks out of the ocean. Was it going to start raining sharks in Charlotte? And you're just like, huh? Parent-teacher conferences, those should come with like a drinking game, one shot per stupid question or statement. Like, for instance, well, which college did you go to? Probably one of my favorite ones is well, he doesn't act like that at home. I think the worst question, though, is, are you sure you're teaching it right? Forget the shot glass, just go for the bottle. So my name is Bo because my parents thought it would be cool. Mom was like, oh, he'll play football and he'll get laid. And I'm a disappointment. Yeah. I think everybody had that mom that would embarrass them, and I got stuck with the bus driver. And one day, somebody from the back of the bus lit a joint, and from her you heard, all right, if you ain't got enough to share with everybody, put it away. Mom, you can't say that. Oh, you're right. All right, everybody put the windows up. My buddy next to me, he's losing his mind, right? He's like, oh my God, your mom's going to hotbox the bus. We were the only bus that day stopping at the 7-Eleven. I'm getting off and she's yelling, son, I need a Slim Jim and a Slurpee. They should have been adopted. All right, yeah. You can follow me on anywhere on social media at B Johnson Comedy. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Bo Johnson, everybody. Keep it going for him and his mom. She sounded cool.
You can have her.
Really? I mean, that's cool. You know, my mom, she's a nun, so it's a complete opposite. It'll be fun.
At least it'll be silent around the house.
Yeah, I know. The vow of silence for your teenage years is very confusing. So, all right. Sorry for letting you know too much. All right. Our next comedian has performed at festivals across the country, and you've heard him on Sirius XM Radio. Put your hands together from out of Brooklyn, Jackson Fisher.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you guys. Very happy to be on this show. I will say, of all the comedy shows I've ever done, this one is the most like my uncle's intervention. Really feel like a family affair. No, this is great. I like doing shows on Zoom, right? Because it's on the computer, so I can actually just have a sticky note right here on my computer screen with everything I'm going to say written down. Makes it way easier. Right, you can't do that for a real, like, in-person show, right? The closest I could do is take a Sharpie and just write my set on somebody's forehead in the front row and finish it like that. Right? I like the Zoom shows. I like here in New York, people are doing a lot of shows in parks too, right? Because you got to be outside, so you got to do a show in parks. I like that because we're like, oh, we can't do it inside, so we're going to do it in a park. It's the same attitude I used for sex in high school. You know, that's how. Realistically, I'd be more just talking about it and never actually doing it. But I like. Sorry, I like doing shows in parks. I do because here in New York, right? The parks are beautiful. They're big. They're filled with all these big, tall, proud, silent trees. It makes me feel like I'm performing for just dozens and dozens of my father. So I enjoy that. Supportive, thank you. But you know, we're all comedians, right? So we're used to performing in weird situations, right? Even before all this happened, we performed in weird places. One of my favorite shows to do here in New York was in a hookah bar where you were allowed to smoke cigarettes inside. It was one of the only places you were allowed to do that. So it was really less of a show, more of just a cigarette smoking convention. You know, performing amongst all that cigarette smoke. You know, I felt pretty cool. I felt like Humphrey Bogart. But only in the sense that I did not get many laughs, you know, and curious actor. Did that show. I used to do an open mic too that was in the New York Public Library, right? A mic in the library. The librarians were like, yes, you can call it a comedy show as long as it is in the fiction section. If you do it in fiction, we're just going to have to call it a delusion. That's what it is. Let's see here. Sorry, but yeah, and I even used to perform just in people's apartments, right? I remember once I was performing in an apartment. I did not have a stage. I did not have a mic. They just gave me a hairbrush to hold. And I was standing at the top of this tall staircase. I remember standing at the top of it, looking down at the crowd. Everybody, it was a lot of young, sort of hip Brooklyn folks like me, a lot of glasses, a lot of beards, a lot of sweaters, you know, looking at over that crowd from that tall place. I didn't really feel like a comedian, felt more like a warden of a liberal arts prison. That's the vibe I felt. Thank you. But yeah, you know, I think it shouldn't be surprising that we comedians, you know, we're finding a way to perform despite all of these challenges. You know, I don't think that's surprising at all. You know, some people might think, oh, you have no microphone, you have no stage, you have no crowd. How are you going to perform? But that's not going to stop us, right? We're comedians. We've been going on stage for years, sometimes with no material. No stage presence, getting no laughs at all, and that did not stop us, so this is not going to stop us either, folks.
Damn right.
Damn right. Thank you. With the quiet, positive heckle, I will leave with that. Damn right, folks. I've been Jackson.
That's great.
Yeah.
Jackson Fisher, everyone. Positive attitude coming out of a comic. It's very rare. Jackson, what part of Brooklyn are you from?
I'm from Nebraska originally, actually, but I live in Williamsburg, Brooklyn right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you didn't look acidic. All right, cool. I grew up in Brooklyn. It was a different time. It was just me and my mom. We couldn't afford one of those fathers. Is that what they're called? And we lived in a studio apartment. If no one knows, that's a fancy way of saying one room. It's an even fancier way of saying you're going to see your mom naked eventually, kid. So save up for therapy. Ask a therapist why a woman would have areolas. What the hell? That was the weirdest sound I've ever heard out of a human. That was straight to a doctor, sir. All right. Our next comic is an up-and-coming comedian from New York City. She's done shows in New York, New Jersey, California, and Zoom shows worldwide. Give it up for Katie Blue.
Yeah.
You skipped one.
Oh, wait, I am skipping a lot of people. All right, because someone here said, hey, stick around for her. But before that, this guy has performed at Gotham Comedy Clubs and Greenwich Village Comedy Club from New Jersey, Bob G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There he is.
Sorry, Bob G.
That's all right. Hey, everybody. My name's Bob. Say hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
How are you? Thank you. I'm a teacher, and I teach at a nice school, but I went to a really rough high school. I thought I could avoid getting beat up by being able to run away. Turns out all the bullies were on the track team. I wanted to work in show business. I've always wanted to work in show business, but you have to start at the bottom and work your way up. I wanted to produce and direct, and then I got a job. On my first day of work, I produced the Drano and directed it into the toilet bowl. I felt bad for the high school seniors I taught who didn't get a prom this year, and they worked so hard on the theme, COVID and condoms.
Yeah.
I took a personality test, and it seems that I have a type A personality, but I'm also a procrastinator and lazy, which means every day I get up at 6:30 because I want to get my procrastinating out of the way, then do nothing for 55 minutes. Then I get on with what I really need to do, take a nap. I'm wondering why young people take Adderall or Ritalin recreationally. What's the point? When I was a kid, we took magic mushrooms, and after 30 minutes, rainbows would shoot out of our mouths. You take Adderall and what? You get to write a really detailed essay about your mental illness? I live in a nice New Jersey suburb. It's not a very multicultural town. When all the wealthy white people leave on the weekends to their vacation houses, the only people left are other white people. And wow, what a storm we had in August, right? In my wealthy suburb. With the power out, people were stuck at home because they couldn't charge their Teslas. This is all because of a storm named Isaias. And that's how you have to say the name. Isaias. No way to white that. So when you think about the other storms we've had, like Superstorm Sandy, it's not a terrible name, but it sounds like it should be a hurricane in Ohio or Nebraska or somewhere in the middle of the country. But if you called it Hurricane Sandra, now you have intrigue. And this is just a bad year for everyone. I was watching Chopped on the Food Network the other day, and Martha Stewart was one of the judges. One of the chefs made a dessert, and Martha said it was so salty she couldn't eat it. This is a woman who spent time eating prison food. How bad was your dessert? I feel guilty I didn't visit my uncle when he asked me to. Then he died. That's the problem with dead people. They make you feel guilty, and they do it on purpose. I'm telling you, dead people are a mental health hazard. Like other people here, I've been married for 30 years.
Wow.
And you know you've been married a long time when you want to get Mrs. Bob a printed home Valentine card from Hallmark, and there's one with a giant heart and a rainbow over a sunset, and I think, do I really want to use that much ink? You see on Facebook how to figure out your COVID name? It's the last thing you ate and your high school's mascot. Just call me the Wife Warrior.
Oh.
Thanks very much. Bye, Bob. Say bye, Bob.
Bye, Bob. Keep it going for Bob and Mrs. Bob. What a lucky lady.
The wife warrior.
Right? I guess my name would be Ketchup Hornets. We're out of food. Anyway, the next comic, so nice. You introduced her twice. She's an up-and-coming comic from New York City. She's done shows in New York, New Jersey, California, and Zoom shows worldwide. Katie Blue, everyone. This time for real. Yep.
You sure this time? All right.
Nope.
I'll try to be funny. I know if you guys wanted to hear a Jewish woman complaining, I could just add my mom to this Zoom call. But, you know, I try to have some self-awareness too. Like, I know I kind of give out vibes where I look like I grew up in a religious cult. I think it's the hair. And also maybe the fact that I look like the girl from The Ring if she started listening to the Grateful Dead. 2020 has been interesting for us all, I think. You know, a lot of ups and downs. But, you know, one of my friends felt comfortable enough finally to come out as trans. So I'm glad you guys didn't clap for that, though, because they still owe me money regardless. I've been thinking about my own sexuality recently, and I'm pretty sure I'm asexual. Maybe I'm just hanging around ugly people. I'm not. Maybe I'm just too picky, you know. I will watch these real Netflix special comedians, and I'll be judgy about it. Like, who am I? I'll be like, I don't know about that delivery, Dave Chappelle. You know who can know better is this white girl from Long Island. 2020 just been dragging on. Doesn't Tiger King feel like 15 years ago?
Yeah.
Feels like one long bomb set. Guys know what I mean? I started a new therapist recently, and she asked me, she goes, Katie, do you self-harm? I said, yes, I do stand-up comedy. I left my career recently. I was a funeral director, but it wasn't really sad enough, so here I am. I just wanted something, you know, more stable and financially secure, so comedy. So I'm on unemployment right now. But I've been quarantining alone, and you know, it's hard to write new stuff when I'm just by myself all the time. What am I going to write about watching another episode of The Office? And, you know, I wrote some stuff down, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense. I guess I'm getting that quarantine brain. I have one that just says, ghost roommate doesn't pay rent. I have one that says Slender Man gay ? And my personal favorite is humans are like 3D printers, but for poop. It's a real sophisticated joke, so it might be a little too highbrow for this crowd. But that's my time. Thank you guys so much, and free Britney Spears.
Leave Britney alone.
Kitty Blue. That is a thinker. I'm going to think about that. The poop.
It's a conspiracy. It's closer than you think.
Who said that? Getting a Shining thing with Camp Crystal Lake. It's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, we got another comic coming to the stage. She's from Massapequa, New York. She sounds like a nun in her name. Karen Margaret.
Oh, were you expecting a nun? Thanks. We're ruining my intro.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I'm no nun, but bless you all.
Thank you.
Hey, you know what? I'm so glad you're all here because I really want to talk to you about what's bugging me, and that's this whole aging thing. I mean, everything is sagging. I mean, everything. I can remember when I was a young girl, my mom would say, enjoy what you got. It's all going to drop. I didn't even know what she meant. Maybe some of you remember the pencil test? Well, you look quite young here, but you used to take the pencil, stick it under your firm butt cheek, and would fall right to the ground. Well, today I could hold up a thermos. You know what? I feel like my body's betraying me. I went to the doctor. I was put on all sorts of medications. I'm not happy about it, but I line it up at night so I don't forget to take it in the morning. But today, I think I took my dog's heartworm pill. I haven't really noticed any adverse effects. But you know, not everything about aging is horrible. If you're lucky enough, you could be a grandparent. And I'm a grandmother. And my little guy is precocious and somewhat of a smart aleck. And the other day he said, you know, Nana, I lost my first tooth. I said, honey, how does that feel? He said, Nana, I waited my whole life for this moment. Plus, the tooth fairy paid me cash. I don't even have to claim it. I mean, there's other upsides to aging, too. People don't really talk about it. I can remember my resentment and my hates in my 20s and 30s. I can meet the very same people today, and for the life of me, I don't know why I hate you. I was in the car with my son the other day, and I guess I cut off this guy. I thought he said, have a nice day. I said, you too. My son said, Mom, he said, F you. You know, I also look in the mirror. I feel somewhat protected. I don't see my wrinkles. But I'll tell you what I do see is this one billy goat hair. Bah! So I can't remember why I hate. I can't hear. And I can't see. I've never been happier. But you know, it's not just my my body. I mean, honestly, it's my mind too. I mean, I was crazy busy at work. I ran home real quick to make dinner for my husband. And then I remembered I don't have a husband.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I do stand up. I need somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
Some days I think, you know, if I lived to be 90, who would take care of me? I have 2 sons. But if I ask them to take the air conditioner out in September, they don't get to it till January. If they take that long to change my diaper, I'll die. Anyway, I think that's my time. Thank you. Back to you, Tim.
Karen Margaret! Keep it going for her. She's got plenty of time. Someone change her. All right. Our next comic is performed on Ian Lansky's Friday Night Funny Show on Zoom from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Give it up for Jay Iverson.
Yay!
My name is Jordan. Stage name is J.I. Coming out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I haven't really watched many debates. I'm not really big on it. However, I did watch the last Tuesday's debate, and I haven't seen that much arguing since Mom and Daddy finally quit, you know, for the children's sake. And I don't know if it was just me, but President Trump up there looked like he was swerving questions as if he was being interrogated for having an affair, like Baby Daddy edition. He was up there like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? What do you want me to do? You know, what do you want me to do? The moderator was like, condemn the white supremacists. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say about that? What do you want me to do? Who says things like, who? Give me a name. Come on, give me a name. The commentator was like, the KKK. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say about it? You know, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to say about that? It's actually ironic now he is tested positive for COVID after that debate. It was kind of like he walked off the stage after the debate. His campaign was like, you know what, Mr. President, we're going to go ahead and skip this night. We're going to go ahead and go with plan B. That's right. Yeah, we're going to inject you with the coronavirus. That way we can have some time to go over the material, you know, for the future debates and practice making sure you're sticking to the script. Mr. President was like, well, what about Melania? The campaign's like, Mr. President, she done injected herself right before you got on stage, Mr. President. So she's good. But you know, they're fine and dandy right now. Like they're back at the White House, and I don't know if y'all seen him walk off the jet, stroll through the altars, up the stairs to the top, and ripped his mask off like it was about to be a hoax or something. And then I mean, honestly, I haven't seen anything that dramatic since Gene Wilder and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory entrance. Then he's going to talk about do not let the coronavirus conquer your hopes and dreams. You can fight it. You can do it. Like, dang, easy for him to say. I'm sure he's got Jesus himself up there mixing up medicinals and spoon feeding it to him. Honestly, I feel like he's had the vaccine this whole time. And now I wouldn't be surprised if he came out talking about, what do you know? My blood's been the cure this whole time. Hey, that's my time.
Hi, everyone. Keep it going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that debate. I got to say, the Zoom show is going better than that, no matter what you say. It's crazy. It's absolutely more organized. Oh, well. All right. Our next act is a stand-up comic from Long Island, performs at Governor's Comedy Clubs as well as places in Rochester. Keep it going for Candy Kramer.
Yeah.
All right, Candy.
Hey.
How y'all doing?
Fine.
I'm quite constipated, not that you asked. Here's my opener. Nowadays, if a girl says she got a positive test, her boyfriend will be happy it's pregnancy. I was worried about coming back to school because of Corona, and I had recurring thoughts that school would get shut down before I got there. But my mommy told me it would be fine. I guess you know you have real anxiety when your Jewish mother tells you not to worry. I forget how to walk when I'm self-conscious because I have anxiety. This summer, my sister got married and I was a bridesmaid. And as I walked down the aisle, everyone stared at me. So I just started waddling. Not only will the guests remember it, but it was live streamed. So forever. Her kids will be laughing at me waddling like a penguin that just got hit by a block of ice for the rest of my life. Speaking of things being on Zoom at Corona, I recently made an original meme that got over 5,000 likes on Facebook. The caption was, person A says, "Sorry, my cooking is so bad tonight." The roommate says, "Oh, don't worry, I haven't been able to taste for days." And then this is the picture that I put.
That face.
Good one.
Thanks. Maybe I had Corona 3 years ago when I chose my last boyfriend. I recently changed my sexuality label from bisexual to queer because even though I have a loving boyfriend, I fit all the lesbian stereotypes. I drive a Subaru, I have purple hair. It's kind of hard to see with the lighting, but I wear nose rings and I'm allergic to sperm. Speaking of that, I lived with my boyfriend for a while and my parents were really worried. They said, "Don't slip in his shower." So I said, "Fine, we will role play as hospice care." Many girls want to do role play or fantasies. Mine is my boyfriend closing the dishwasher. Maybe even putting the dishes in the dishwasher.
Ooh.
Extra kinky. Anyway, that's all I have for today, so thank you for listening.
Candy Kramer, everyone. Okay, don't
Thank
clap.
you.
The Japanese applause.
Good for you. Good luck with constipation.
Thank you. I'll try after this show.
X-Lax.
Oh no, this show might loosen things up. All right. Next comic is absolutely. Our next comic is the host of Your Welcome with Shaquem Green on Spotify. Give it up for Shaquem Green.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi, how's everyone doing? I'm Black. You're welcome. I was raised in a Christian household, but it was very hard for me to believe in Christ when I was an anime fan. You know what I'm saying? It's like, sure, Jesus took 3 days to travel to Lazarus' house and revive him, but Goku and all his friends did it within a whole episode. You know? So that was. And honestly, I think the miracle is that Jesus was a white man born in the Middle East using a Hispanic name. Jesus is a very Hispanic, and I think that's cultural appropriation. We need to talk about that. So as an adult, I converted to Islam, but left there because, the whole anti-white woman in the pork thing. And I love Tina Fey and pepperoni pizza so much I wasn't with it, so I left. It's like, it's like my heart tells me one thing and y'all are just saying bullshit. Actually, if we spoke over the phone, I sound like I have very good credit over the phone. I'm so black below the waist, I don't need good credit in real life. So I was born a twin, a fraternal twin, and it really hurts me because when we missed out on so many double mint endorsements and Disney television shows, and being fraternal, it is frustrating because I'm 6'4", he's 5'8", he has a mustache, I have a baby face, he's married, I don't prefer life sentences, so I like dating women with kids. Because it's like playing a video game that someone else started and just saved for you at a certain point in time. It's all, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, most of the legwork for me. Now it's 7th grade to high school for me. You know what I'm saying? I got this. Normal, medium, hard, and whatnot. Sometimes it is difficult, you know, to navigate America as a black man, especially as a fraternal twin, because every time, you know, one of my friends is like, oh, you look just like so-and-so, who, you know, is my twin. And then, you know, every time I get stopped by the police, I look like every other black person but my twin. I just, you know, it's like, come on now. And my twin is a breech baby, you know. So me, I think as a single-celled sperm, because I definitely remember my gestation period, I was, you know, I swam, I won, and then all of a sudden I have a neighbor out of nowhere and the next egg next to me backwards. This is the reason why I'm antisocial. I think that's all I have tonight. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. There he is.
Jakeem Green.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good job.
I actually go to Church of Krillin, as you can see. So.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's an anime joke for none of you people.
That's all right. You shape like the 7-star Dragon Ball right now.
Yep, that's it. Oh, but I always want to be more of a Kakarot. All right, so
We lost the next two. So
we did lose the next two.
we lost Lewis and we lost Ralph. Yeah.
Damn this virus! Oh my God, we're losing more people than Van Halen. Ladies and gentlemen, our next comic coming to the stage.
Lewis is still here.
Oh, Lewis, where are you?
I came back.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, because your Tim iPad era. That's what you.
Oh, okay. Our next act is a transgender comedian from Windsor, Ontario. He was recently featured on CBC's Now or Never and the 2019 Chatham Comedy Festival. Please welcome Lewis Brady.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Gosh, parents. Anyways. So, hi, everybody. I'm 16, if you couldn't tell, and. You know, being a 16-year-old transgender gay comedian, I'm basically the poster child for parent disappointment. So there's that. And also saying I'm a 16-year-old comedian gets less impressive every year, so. Because, you know, last year when I was 15 and I started, it was like, wow, 15? That's so amazing. And, you know, this year when I'm 16, they're like, oh, wow, yeah, 16, that's pretty cool. And next year, they're like, you're lucky you're gay because you just lost a gig. So there's that. And also being a 16-year-old comedian, I feel like it's kind of unfair because I don't get to do as much blue humor, you know, as everyone else. And if you didn't know, blue humor is pretty much just like sexual inappropriate humor. And, you know, so everyone else gets to talk about like, you know, sex and boobs and I don't know, that kind of thing, and like everyone's mother. Meanwhile, if I talk about anything remotely inappropriate, everyone's like, what kind of screwed up daycare center did you escape from? Jesus. Yeah, and honestly, I am genuinely concerned for my generation because, you know, as much as we try very, very hard, when all of the last generation dies, I don't know what we're all going to do. We're just going to be a bunch of screwed teenagers with liberal arts degrees. So that is slightly concerning. Also, being like a teenager in today's day and age with, you know, social media, I get messages from people who are very opinionated about me and my, you know, sexuality. And I'm honestly kind of disappointed in homophobia these days because it used to be really original. They'd be like, you're going to hell and God doesn't love you and you're going to die alone. Now they're just like, oh, well, you were born a girl. And I'm like, well, now you're just stating facts. That's not really impressive anymore. It's like me being like, oh, you're a ginger, burn. It's like, it's not, you're not offending anybody here. You know, if you're going to be mean to me, I want originality. That's all I ask for.
Amen. Amen.
It's not that hard. You know, and if I get to be, like turned away from society, that's all I want. And there's another trend going on social media right now. I've been noticing this whole straight pride thing, because apparently all the heterosexuals are very upset that they're not, I don't know, being treated terribly too. They're feeling left out. And they're all like, straight pride. We should have a straight pride parade because we, deserve to be supported. And it was actually really fascinating. I was actually in a straight pride parade earlier today. Yeah, I got stuck in traffic. Yeah, and just to, close it off, it's always funny because, being who I am, they're always saying, people are always saying, oh, it'll get better. It'll get better. And, they told me that in grade school and in high school it'd get better. It still sucks. And I'm assuming when I get into college and I'm, once again get a comedy degree because that's going to go real well. And I eventually die. I don't know. And apparently I'm not going to heaven either. So when it's going to get better, I'm not particularly sure. Anyways, thank you all for listening. I've been Louis Brady. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah! Louis Brady! Oh, Louis, parents just don't understand.
Or the Wilson.
You don't get me, Mom.
You don't get me, Mom. There's a Fresh Prince song you need to listen to about that.
Oh my
All right.
God. Hey, I got to check if we broke any international laws. Okay, keep going.
All right. Are you going to check that now?
It's already done. Go.
All right.
Check the police call. The police international laws.
The thoughts and views expressed on Almost Comedy is not it's all Rod's fault. All right. Next comic, my stage name, I don't have an intro, is from Phoenix, Arizona. Put your hands together for David John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm so stoked. You guys should see me when I'm not all coked up. I'm kind of a one-liner guy, unless somebody else is willing to share their coke. I always worry no one's going to laugh at me, but it's only a problem when I tell jokes. I'm just like a delicious bakery treat. The best part of me is my muffin top. The single ladies are surprised I still have young kids at home. Eventually, they realize I'm referring to my baby goats. Yeah, people tell me all the time dating must be difficult since I live with my mom. But I haven't really noticed any difference. Now, my last date did not end well. You see, she bolted, telling me she'd never be caught dead with me ever again. But there she is, every night, under my bed. Nervous laughter, that's the best. I used to hear that all the time at bedtime from my cellmate. Now, my wife, when I was married, she loved to go to karaoke nights. And she would often sing me that song, I like it, I love it, I want some more of it, which was so sweet until I realized that was her way of getting her another pitcher of margaritas. Now, I wish my buddies could just be happy for me when I tell them I got lucky. But no, they always want to know how the rest of the family reunion went. Now, I do consider myself to be a generous lover, but that does not mean I'm always going to kick in an extra 50. Last thing here, guys, I'm really concerned about all this technology spying on us all the time. I mean, the other day, I wanted to know, so I asked Google, what do you call the opposite of those Magnum condoms? And it just said, yours. Thank you, guys. I'm David.
Yeah.
We have
David John. Thank you for showing me my future. What's that?
Ralph is here. Ralph is here.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right. Our next comic coming up to the stage from New York City, Ralph Anthony.
Yeah.
Hey, awesome. Oh, all right. Thank you so much. All right, cool. Listen, guys, I have sleep apnea. You got anybody in here have sleep apnea? You know what it is? Anyone?
Yep.
Nod.
My mom has it. My mom has it.
Oh man, I feel for you.
I don't.
Listen, if for those of you that aren't familiar with it, it's when you try to go to sleep and then your body tries to kill you. Listen, that is not the medical diagnosis. A doctor will not tell you those explicit words, but that's what happens. Your body just wants to kill you. It wants to choke you out. It's like you are a black person and your apnea is the NYPD. Okay?
I felt that. The apnea and the NYPD. I felt that.
Thank you. Shaquem approves. That's it. I'm going to bring you to every show that I have now. When I tell
I
that
feel
joke,
so
I'm
much
like, no,
safer.
this is he co-signed. He co-signed on this joke. It's great.
That's right.
Oh my God, it's so embarrassing having apnea. Like, it's just so embarrassing. Do you know what it's like to be medically labeled a loser? Like, it's just depressing. It's just listen. Sleep is one of the most basic things that any one of us can do, and I fail at it. I fail miserably. If sleep was a game that kids played in grade school, I would be picked last. That's how bad I am at it. That's how bad I am at it. You actually have to get a test. Like, I knew that I scored, but like, to find out if you have apnea, you have to go to a test. Like, there's a thing called a sleep test. What? There's a sleep test. Okay, they hook you up with wires, and then someone watches you from a camera. They watch you from a camera masturbating while you're sleeping. That's basically what's going on right there. They try to tell you it's an exam room, that you're in a hospital, but it feels like you're in the Bates Motel. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the eyes in the paintings to start moving back and forth. Okay, that's how creepy it is. That's how creepy it is, and it's embarrassing. I mean, that's a revolving term around apnea. It's embarrassing. It's sad. It's very sad. Thank God I don't. Thank God there's a pandemic. You know how embarrassing it is trying to bring girls back home? Apnea? I got this apnea machine next to my bed. I gotta pray to God a girl thinks it's a sex toy. You know how ridiculous that is? That I am more embarrassed to have a life-saving piece of equipment next to my bed. I'd rather have her think that the hoses in the machine are a sex toy. Like that's how you know it's a bad condition. That's how you know it's a bad condition. I can't meet girls in normal places. I can't hop on normal apps. I gotta go to Comic-Con to find my dates. I gotta go to Comic-Con. I gotta pray to God that I meet a girl that's into cosplay. I gotta pray. I have to pray that there's a girl that I meet who wants to sleep with somebody that looks like Darth Vader, that sounds like Darth Vader, but looks like Bane in the body of Vinny from the Jersey Shore. That's great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Ralph Anthony, everyone. Breath of fresh air right there. Everyone, what a great night we had here. Are there any more, Rob? Did anyone else appear?
Double checking. I do not see. I think we got to everybody that was able to come in.
All right. We did it. Success, everyone. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Yeah.
All right.
And thank you for participating in almostcomedy.com open mic here every week. Where go to our, what's that?
Every other week.
Every other week? Okay, that's right. It's too much to do. All right.
Confusing enough.
Check it out on almostcomedy.com to see past shows and clips. Thank you very much, and have a good night.